ruling Botswana Democratic Party has just held its special congress. Now the party is bracing for its primary elections, otherwise known as Buleladistu. The highlight of the two activities, however, is the splashing of the money that you saw at the special congress. As usual, we are joined by Spencer Mogapi to look at the implications that we have, not at the splashing of the money at the BDP, but across the political parties. Welcome, Mogapi.
What's your take particularly on the implications of the splashing of the money in our political arena?
We have always known that there was a lot of money in our political parties, but really I think what happened over the weekend, the Botswana Democratic Party took it to another new level, where some individuals were pledging in the region of R1 million per person. My biggest worry is that our political parties are now busy commodifying themselves and turning themselves into real commodities where people who have money can buy power and influence in those parties. You can actually see that in the people standing for primary elections. It is only those that have money that would really make it to those primary elections because they are able to buy the votes. They are able to use their money to influence the voting patterns by the members. And that is very, very sad because look, traditionally we have always known that people join these parties to bring their brains, basically. And when you check around all the parties and you ask yourself, when did each of these parties last, for example, publish a policy document? You find that they are no longer interested in policies. All they're interested in is who has more money to spend to influence and buy power inside these parties. That is not, I think, good for our politics and certainly not for our country.
But how sustainable is this trend?
The trend is certainly not sustainable. Number one, it defeats the very basics of democracy. Number two, it alienates the majority who supports these parties who don't have money, the kind of money that is being thrown around. This money, I want to point out again, is really not used to support democracy, but to buy influence. Internally, there are fights within these parties, and people are bringing their money to win or fight their own battles with other people. That is the sad part. I think going forward, we really have to renew the public debate about sponsoring of political parties, including how much an individual can pop out, so that we don't end up having our country being controlled by the richest amongst ourselves as a nation, because they have the deepest pocket. So it's really counterproductive in the long term. And like you said, you rightly put it, it's not confined only to the Botswana Democratic Party, but we must focus on the Botswana Democratic Party because as a party in power, that is really where control of national resources is. I will not be surprised if some of these people pledging the money are taking that money from the contracts and the tenders they are getting from government. That, I think, encourages looting of state resources.
But do you think the electors themselves knows or they are aware of what's really happening and they are able to, maybe at the time of voting, make decisions that are not bounded by this money that is being splashed around?
Sadly, the electorate does not know very much, and the leaders within these parties are using the ignorance of their followers to manipulate them and to take advantage of the little information that they have. That happens also not just in the ruling party, but also in the opposition, where recently we saw the leader of the opposition saying he was going to personally sponsor the conference of his party due next month. That is basically taking advantage of the political illiteracy of their followers. Like I said, does not influence or take our democracy to upper levels. If anything, it kills the very basics of internal democracy within these parties, because if anybody wanted to challenge the opposition leader in their party next month for any reason, they would not be standing any chance. People are already swayed by the kind of money being splashed by the leader already.
And then obviously there's an issue of internal bickering within, within these parties. Do you see this splashing of money maybe fueling up such?
I want to say that the real intention of this money is basically to win those battles internally. This money is not given in good faith. It is given exactly, which is why it's made public. If it was given in good faith to the party, why not pledge it privately, and then it could be released in some report next year by the treasurer after the elections? The reason why the pledges are made public is so that people who are ultimately going to vote can know who really to vote for. This money is being pledged to really win those internal battles that you're referring to.
As usual, this is just one of the topics that have been discussed elsewhere, and we hope that even at home we can continue to discussing it and sharing ideas on our Facebook page.
For now, let's thank Mogapi for coming through. Thank you, Mogapi.
Thank you very much. Thank you.